Kostaki, Corey Schumann paired with Michael Bushinger. Dvorský riding a 4-game goal scoring streak, third longest in T-Bird history. Corey Schumann a long shot here, gloved and held by Hunter. Championships, he was the playoff MVP in 2023 and the AHL goaltender of the year last season. Bear with it behind his net, met by Dvorský. Dvorský trying to hound the longtime NHL defenseman who's played in 4 different places, nearly 300 NHL games on Ethan Bear's resume. Flipped in from center and kicked aside by Zherenko. Henrik Rubinski chasing down the miss on the left wing side. And now away to center comes Alec Kostaki. Across the red line, Alec will bounce it in. Back forward is Vinny Iorio. He'll reverse it around the near side. Waiting for it out near center is Mike Vecchione. Leo Loof steps up on the play to keep it away from Vecchione. And now the Bears have to restart from deep in their own batch of chances for the Bears deep in the offensive end. Rubinski deflecting this one, high off the glass and in behind the cage. Michael Bushinger trying to get to it first as he wraps up a Bear behind the net. Miroshnichenko to the point. Nets D-to-D for Prisky. Chase Prisky a slapper, kicked out by Zherenko. Miroshnichenko over to it in the left corner. Bodied there by Kostaki. Miroshnichenko trying to kick it along, but it's Bushinger relaying it around for Dvorský, and Dvorský headmans through center. Silvergard deflecting it into the Hershey zone. He pursues against Aaron Ness, who circles his net with it. Aaron Ness will now outlet it. Vecchione snares it, gains entry to the T-Bird zone. Left wing feed, Miroshnichenko shoots a kick save by Zherenko. Out to the right point, Hamanaktel arriving off the Hershey bench for it. Now it's played by Vecchione, but a hand pass the signal here against the Bears. That's not able to change lines safely. Kostaki, Dvorský, and Silvergard jump on the ice as Aaron Ness looks to lead it up. Limoges down the left wing with it. Alex Limoges to the circle, stopping on the half wall, looks for a trailer, feeds it across off a skate. Ness trying to keep it in at the right point. Prisky does for an extra moment keep it alive, and now Silvergard ahead to center with it. Marcus Silvergard from the checkered line rolls it in. Shepard stopping it in the trapezoid, will backhand up the near side, right under the tape of Henrik Rubinski. Rubinski's drop feed not quite in stride for Frank, so the Bears have to start over again. Bit of a choppy start in this one as Rubinski now bears it on the left wing. Henrik Rubinski driving the front of the net, kind of bumped into Zherenko, but could never get a shot away. Harrington, following his man all the way out to the blue line, does disrupt things and work it ahead for Dvorský. Dvorský on the left wing looks to center. Hamanaktel got his skates in the way of his former Swedish League teammate Silvergard. Hamanaktel in front for Frank, and now Vecchione dropped it, but didn't have anyone there to help him. Bears do eventually get the clear completed. Dvorský's feet ahead, LaFerriere touching it along for Bushinger. And Tanner Kaspick a couple of seasons ago in Springfield, which on paper didn't seem like it would be all that possible, but he ended up putting Kaspick on the shelf for over a month. Funk across to Hamanaktel, his left point shot, seen all the way by Zherenko, and he really take away that one chaotic scrum near the blue paint on the Zach Funk chance in the opening 3 minutes, and there really hasn't been a whole lot of offense either way, but Steve Konowalchuk has to be happy with his team's discipline and aggression so far in this one, as though they're not necessarily getting the offensive chances they want early. They also have not put themselves behind the 8 ball with penalties, which was a huge problem the first time these teams met. T-Birds trying to start something up ice here. Bushinger couldn't quite deflect it inside the offensive blue line, otherwise he might have had himself a clean break. Bears now look to start their own break through center, but Limoges' entry pass also cut down. Tough sledding for both teams so far tonight as Kostaki rolls it in deep. Dvorský now trying to put the nose to the grindstone against Hunt. And the T-Birds forced to just dump it around the net. More obedient changes as Dvorský exits. There on the left side, looking for a give-and-go return pass, but Skinner detected that play. Dalibor Dvorský ahead on the right wing. Silvergard deflects in deep and now goes in after Brad Hunt as he delivers a big hit into Hunt behind the net. Puck comes in front, a quick shot, save, rebound, they score! Alec Kostaki able to touch it across the goal line. And after going his first 10 games without a goal in the AHL, Kostaki now has goals in 2 straight. And Springfield has the first one tonight in her very young unit. Silvergard not a young player, but his first year playing in North America with the rookies, the true rookies, Dvorský and Kostaki. Brad Hunt now out of his own zone, up the near side, Dubé. T-Birds now in the first periods against the Bears this season. 2 first periods at 5-on-5, they are +3. Goal line saves, one on Aaron Ness going post to post and one on Riley Sutter just before we went to the last timeout. Marenko also has been given a bump at the offensive end. Kostaki scoring in the last sequence to give the T-Birds the 1-0 lead. And Koskaki's line back on the ice, going to work in the O-zone. All three members of that unit, Dvorský, Silvergard, and Kostaki, factoring into the game's only goal so far. The knockdown by Skinner, who leaped to glove it forward for Silvergard. And on the right wing, it's Kostaki in the slot. One-timer, Skinner goes wide. Dvorský around the net with a net. Dvorský trying to feed the point, but Saunier knocked it away. Brennan Saunier now carries through center. And over the left wing, he'll send it into the right wing corner. Ethan Frank stops to gather it in. Behind the net, Dvorský cuts it off and makes a smart little chip pass to Luke. Marcus Silvergard will now push it out to the red line. Luke Philp trying to move back in. T-Birds tied up a little bit as he tried to cut in front near the end of a shift. Now Alexandrov a takeaway from behind the net on Limoges. Good work again by the McGing unit, as Dvorský is now joined off the T-Bird bench. Hamanaktel just trying to relieve pressure. They're under duress from Kostaki. Dvorský swipes it, feeds the point for Bushinger. Bushinger in low, Silvergard a shot, he scores! Marcus Silvergard off the setup by Bushinger. And the T-Birds early in the second add to their lead. And the red line will sky it in to the left of Shepard. Hunt up the near side, a pinch by Dvorský, in for Kostaki. He fell down side of the net, Alexandrov trying to chop it home, but it went wide. Ethan Frank now starts the other way with Philp. Philp a high flip to the O-zone. Frank trying to skate his way around Harrington. And Frank got it through the slot area. Philp, though, couldn't track down the feed. Silvergard back behind his net, but Limoges able to push him off of it. Harrington a one-hand poke ahead for Dvorský. Dvorský now spots Kostaki, and he'll roar through center. Alec Kostaki to the Hershey line. He'll send it around the boards. Johannesson and Dvorský try to communicate on who would take it, but the Bears take over instead. Ness a home run feed, hoping for Frank, and once again the first and early in the second. Iorio hard off the glass, got it as far as center. Schumann tapping it across, but Hunt steps up on the play to take over. Brad Hunt leaves for a funk shot. That one's gloved down by Zarenko. The lone Hershey power play late in period one. T-Birds have done a much better job on the faceoff, Doc. Dvorský wins this one back from Riley Sutter. Corey Schumann starts the rush. Up the near side, Silvergard will backhand in. Dvorský chasing it after it. Shepard will one-hand it up the far board. Schumann in from the point. Kostaki over to it. Alec will feed the blue line. Silvergard across to Bushinger. Bushinger got tripped up. A penalty coming here. Penalty against Saunier. Delayed call against the Bears. And touching up is Iorio, and the T-Birds will now. Devo on the face-off against Sutter. Sutter does win this one. McGing ties his man up behind the net as he and Hamanaktel duel for it. He'll scale it around for Kostaki at the right point. Alec moves down the wall with it. Kostaki banks it back out for Bushinger. D-to-D for Dvorský. His quick shot blocked. Out towards center, but Dvorský racing over, did keep it in. Silvergard on the left wing half wall, back up to the point for Dvorský. Across for Bushinger. Bushinger back to Devo. Dvorský into the slot for Silvergard. In low for McGing. McGing out to the point again for Dvorský. Across for Bushinger. Bushinger to the right wing corner, Kostaki. Alec for McGing, but his drop feed went through his stick. And Strome will now skate it to the red line, hold on to it as long as he can, and now just play it safely deep in the T-Bird end. Bears change penalty killers as Bushinger picks up the puck from behind his net. T-Birds looking to break a 2-2 tie as we near the midpoint of regulation. Here comes Dvorský through center, dropping for Kostaki. Kostaki in on the left to McGing. McGing stops up, feeds back to Bushinger. Right side for Silvergard. In low, Dvorský quickly in the slot, McGing. McGing back for Dvorský. Dvorský trying to feed across. It was deflected by Bear. Kostaki retrieves on the left wing, in low for Silvergard. Silvergard for Dvorský. Dvorský from the corner, trying to work it behind the net. Silvergard there for it, but his bank past the point. Forced Bushinger to race to it. Now Silvergard stepping in front. His centering try blocked down. Rebound pushed to the wall. Kostaki got it out to Bushinger though. Bushinger returns to Kostaki, but it hopped over his stick. Iorio over to it, and he did not get it out. A great keep by Bushinger. Across for Dvorský. Dvorský back to Bushinger. Michael takes a look. Back to Dvorský. All the way through the box. Kostaki back to Dvorský. One-timer save made by Shepard. And Bear finally with a chance to clear will get it done. And we'll just about do it. Bears have bent without breaking. Johannesson will drop it back for Kostaki. Kostaki up ice with Dvorský. Dalibor will just play it down into the right corner. He and Iorio come together after it. Silvergard and Kostaki in there as well. And Alec will roll it back to Bushinger, who walks the line with it. Michael Bushinger returns to Dvorský on the right wing. Dvorský trying to feed the bumper, but it's intercepted and cleared by Iorio. 30 seconds left on the power play, 7:25 to go in the second. A game tied at 2. Bushinger will drop now for Dvorský again. Extra drop comes to Kostaki. Alec into the O-zone with it in the slot. Feeds across for Silvergard. Silvergard to the right wing corner. Met by Saunier, and Saunier able to whistle it past both Kostaki and Bushinger and all the way down on the ice again. They have had a prolific night. 2 assists for Dvorský, a goal and an assist for Silvergard, and the game opening tally by Kostaki. Silvergard pokes this out to center. Johannesson now goes across the ice for Harrington over by the penalty boxes. His pass knocked down in center by Prisky. Harrington on it again, up the right wing for Silvergard. Silvergard protecting it into the right wing corner. Dvorský spins off a check nicely, feeds the point. Johannesson with space, takes the shot, deflected aside. Harrington back in front, and went off skates to Dvorský. Turning with it now, Kostaki firing, but it was blocked. Prisky back up for Hunt down the right wing. Hunt to the inside around Harrington, tries to send it in low, takes a wicked kick off the corner. Dasher, Vecchione into the slot, burps it across for Prisky, but Prisky trying to make a pass. Rubinski had it go behind him. Rubinski now in the slot, Vecchione opens up and shoots, blocker saves Jurenko. Miroshnichenko sends it behind the net, Harrington able to shut it down, and Harrington will just lob it out through center, and it's going to roll in on goal, so no icing. Break there for the T-Birds, who needed a change. Harrington, though, has not been able to get off the ice. Dvorský reaching a bit on Hunt, has to be careful there. Hunt back behind his own net. Aggression from Kostaki as he nearly stripped Ethan Bear. Under 30 seconds left in the period. Silvergard now kept it in at the left point, but waiting for it was Vecchione. Silvergard kept it alive again, but T-Birds don't hold the zone. Bushinger will now rattle it in and hit the referee. Rubinski all the way back for Hunt. Brad Hunt along for Vinny Iorio. Iorio high off the glass and past Bushinger and down. This will be icing against Hershey. One field. Dvorský on the ice now with Kostaki and Silvergard. Devo wins the draw back to Schuneman. He'll walk the blue line with it. Corey Schuneman waits, now fires. Save on a deflection. Rebound. Shepard got that one too on Dvorský. 2 big saves for Hunter Shepard after yet another offensive zone face-off win for the T-Birds, who have been a world better in the face-off dot today than they were on Wednesday. Now Silvergard in at the other end. Go back to the right wing corner. Behind the goal, Dvorský had a chop past him by Ness, but Skinner up on the play. Trying to drop it at the point. Kind of handcuffed Kostaki. T-Birds do recover to maintain control. Bushinger up ahead, Dvorský. Tangling with Ness on the far side. Devo will just get it in deep as he exits on a change. To foes. Hasn't been much in the way of post-whistle shenanigans. It's a very entertaining and well-played hockey game. Bushinger up the far boards on the backhand. Will just get it safely to the Hershey line. Neither team wanting to make mistakes with the puck in a tie game in the third. Vecchione sends this in wide. Dvorský plays the carom well. Around the boards and glass for Bushinger. Bushinger took a hit, but got it ahead to Kostaki in center. Like across the offensive blue line with Silvergard. Silvergard cutting to the slot. Marcus Silvergard to the left wing side on his backhand. Now twists back with it. And will keep the cycle moving in deep for Kostaki. Dvorský now. A little pluck it away from Miroshnichenko on the slot. One-timer, Silvergard grabbed and held by Shepard. Dvorský out for a neat zone draw against Henrik Rubinski. Puck sitting in the circle. Still going to wedge it out of there was Vecchione, and it comes out to the neutral zone. Hamanaktel will play it in deep. Jurenko stops it for Schuneman. The near side, Kostaki. Met by Bear. Alec tried to clear it out to center. It was knocked down. Schuneman now rescues it away from Rubinski. Bushinger tries the far side and is able to skip it back down into the Hershey zone and will not have enough juice for icing. Bear pursued by Kostaki. Kostaki tied his man up and stole the puck. Kostaki in low for Silvergard. Silvergard centers in front, and Dvorský fired it just wide. Had to be a quick trigger pull from Dvorský with Miroshnichenko right on his back. The Bears send it in deep. Skinner will get to it and play up the far boards. Kostaki out of his skates, plays it high to center. Peterson, the offensive blue line, will just get it the rest of the way in. Shepard back to leave it. He got a hook into the midsection of a Bear, got away with it. Alexandrov now in, left wing feed Dvorský. Dvorský the shot deflected wide. Bushinger now at the right side. Works it in low for Kostaki. Kostaki to the right wing corner away from Hunt. Alec Kostaki continues to cycle in deeper for Alexandrov. Alexandrov away from Iorio, trying to pull his way in front, but Iorio with strength able to push him away. And the Bears now send it deep into the Springfield end. Schuneman back to Gathering, and he'll play it safely on the backhand to center. Octel, a quick outlet onto Frank. Ethan Frank spins it forward. Limoges couldn't hang on to the pass. Schuneman saw a hit coming, but worked it forward for Silvergard and out to center. 7:15 remaining in the third. Twisting in the neutral zone, Philby lost an edge and fell. Limoges also lost an edge and fell to the surface. 7:05 remaining. 2-2 tie as Schuneman drifts back on 2-2 with under 4 minutes to play. Certainly the T-Birds' best chance of the third on a bit of luck. Kostaki deflects a pass in deep. Octel back for this one. Up the far boards, Henrik Grabinski chipping out through center. Mike Vecchione drifting to the right wing. Leaves on the wall, Miroshnichenko quickly to Bear. Ethan Bear around the net with it. Bear centers it back in front. They score! Wins the draw cleanly. Johannesson at the point. On the left wing, Dvorský. In low, Silvergard. Back to Devo, went past him, but held in by Johannesson at the blue line. Dvorský needs to help him out. Dvorský able to stuff it in deeper. Silvergard pulls it off the wall, trying to get it to the front. It rolls right through the paint and wide. Kostaki to it right wing corner. He'll feed the blue line, Johannesson. Johannesson back to Kostaki. In low, Alexandrov centers to the front. Pekka shoots off the mask of Shepard. He covers. Pekka won the draw cleanly. Johannesson a point shot blocked in traffic by Sutter. He'll flip it forward and down. Will it have enough steam for icing? Yes, it will. Stopping play with 2-0. On the right is Shepard. This time Sutter won the faceoff. Ness hard around the far side. Alexandrov kept it alive. Kostaki to the blue line. Johannesson sent it in low wide. Alexandrov around the goal that stops in the trapezoid. Up the wall, Dvorský. Dvorský protects it. Along the half boards in low, Alexandrov. Alexandrov to the front. It was loose. Back in front it comes Dvorský. Out for Johannesson in low, but the pass went through. Kostaki on the right wing wall with it. Settles it in low, Alexandrov. Alexandrov to the point. Johannesson for Dvorský. Now Johannesson once more. Down low, a one-time bid by Kostaki, flubbed in behind the net. Back in front it comes Silvergard, spinning it, and it banked off a skate wide. Kostaki to the point, Johannesson again. Samuel Johannesson on the right wing for Dvorský. In low, Pekka, side of the goal, and firing wide was Alexandrov. Dvorský trying to track it down on the near boards. Silvergard after it as well. Strome able to force it through Johannesson back to the T-Bird zone. It will not go to the empty net, but it's not icing either. T-Birds back in, Kostaki rattles it around. To the near corner, Octel up the boards. Pekka knocks it down. Matthew Pekka couldn't get away with it. Johannesson at the point trying to hold the zone, couldn't do it. Bears get it to center and flipping it down wide of the empty net is Vecchione. Kostaki back, they canceled the icing. Sure looked like icing to me, but they say that Kostaki didn't win the foot race. So time dwindling, 35 left. Pekka to the red line will send.